GetFreeHome.com.
All right, you guys, I just turned the camera on. We're getting ready to broadcast live here for Get the U Factor.
Get the U Factor. Let's get this mic. Is this too close? Hello. Hello. Anybody? Bueller? We're on the One Talk Radio. Wicka wicka. Oh, wicka wicka.
Haven't heard that in a while.
All right. And we're going to be broadcasting live video right from our website.
Are we?
32,
sir.
We got about, what do we got here? Technically 3 minutes.
Technically?
Yep. And I got to run the audio on this and record it.
Text, there we go. Look at that, huh? Huh?
So I get paid on the 15th.
Yeah, but you started on technically on the 15th, so it's
Yeah.
going to go 15th to the 15th.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just sending it out so I don't have to worry about it.
I appreciate it.
You got your book? For that positive affirmation? What's today's?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, gotta go to the car.
It's really pouring out, huh? Jeez.
Yeah. It's crazy. Sweet.
So, what one we do?
I was checking that book out. It's a pretty good book.
Thank you.
I can't find enough time to actually go read the whole thing. I read like a couple of pages and I got to get interrupted, but it's a pretty cool book.
I'm able to conquer destructive habits. That's our third one.
We're on number 2.
Oh, because we didn't run the first show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my thoughts are under my control.
Okay.
That one?
Yep.
Did we do that one?
Should I read the whole thing, or?
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Okay. So you want me to intro it, bring up Mike.
40 seconds.
How you doing today, Mike? And then you kick it back to me and I'll do the positive affirmation and we'll just go from there.
Yep, sounds good.
$25 seconds. Five, four, three, two.
You're listening to Get the U Factor with Nicholas Fordham and Mike Driggers. Welcome to Get the U Factor. This is a show all about you, where we find out what it takes to really find your inner you and how you can get everything you want out of life. So, Mike, how's everything going today?
Man, it's been an amazing week since our last show. But today it's been raining like crazy. I got a free shower without even having to use my own water, you know?
Now, I hear this last weekend you went to a phenomenal event. There was Brandon Bouchard. There was a number of other very great speakers there. Before we really get started, tell me how that was.
Oh, man, it was an amazing event. Part of the thing is just, perfecting your own tool and sharpening that axe. I'm constantly learning, constantly going to places. And, I had a chance to hang out with Harvey McKay, who wrote the book Swim with Sharks Without Being Eaten. Really well known. I mean, this of all authors, he's in the top 15 of all the authors in the world in bestsellers and things of that nature. So having an opportunity to hang out and get wisdom from him and meeting all these other experts in their industries and what they're doing to market, it was a powerful event. And Brandon Richard does such a great job in teaching people how to be experts, which obviously we take those philosophies and we help a lot of people. Taking the principles of what he teaches, we help people do the exact same thing off of what I've learned and been mentored by him. So it was an incredible event. Met some really amazing people that just stories you wouldn't believe. And we're going to have some of these folks on the show and some of their books and what they've done in their lives and their expertise, and most importantly the mindset behind it, which is what this is about, because nothing starts until you start. And that's really what this show is about, is starting to change the mindset of you and how you do things, and reaching out from business to health to maybe nutrition, financial, educational, whatever it is. We're going to help break through some of those barriers of the limited beliefs.
I love that, Mike. You spent the weekend feeding your brain. And that's something that I really like and respect about you is you never stop at seeking out something else to feed the brain. You're always moving. You're always going to different events. And that's the topic of the very next affirmation today from Mike's book, your book, Mastering of the Mindset, The Power of Affirmations. Today's positive affirmation, and for those of you that are listening, I want you to say it to yourself 3 times today. Recite it to yourself in your rearview mirror. Say it to yourself in your bathroom mirror. Say it to yourself when you're walking down the street. Now, the affirmation is, my thoughts are under my control. Again, my thoughts are under my control. I'm always looking for new ways to better my life and myself. Fortunately, almost everything in the world responds well to positive thinking. I attract what I put out. This is why, regardless of what happens, I keep my thoughts under my control. Because of this commitment to myself, I regularly practice meditation. There are many ways I do this. When sitting at a traffic light, waiting in line at the bank, and sometimes in a formal practice where I sit for a while and watch my thoughts. This practice assists me in being aware of my thoughts so that I can control them better and better. The nature of the mind is to wander, but my mind does this because it is my ally, always scanning the horizon for potential danger. However, if my mind begins to focus on less preferable thoughts, I exert control over my thinking. I direct my mind to come back to the topic I choose. I feel empowered by taking charge of my thoughts. Because my thinking is under my control, I know that I can make the best out of any situation and get what I want out of life. Today, I am grateful that I know how to control my thoughts. I am confident that my ability to do this increases with time and practice. I commit to myself to meditate today to increase my mental control. So today's self-reflection questions: does my mind ever seem to run away with me? Do I feel easily distracted? What can I do to encourage my ability to concentrate? Are there specific thoughts I would like to focus on more? There's a lot of people that I know, Mike, and reading that, you're right on the money with the mind wandering and the people's inability to control their thoughts, and controlling your thoughts controls your actions. having the right mental stability and being able to know that your thoughts are in control by yourself, it's something that I strive to do each and every day. One of the things I think about myself personally in business and the actions that I do is that everything I do is on a chessboard. And, I always try to move around accordingly, and I do my best to try to think 10 moves ahead.
Absolutely. When you're in control of your mind, you are in control of your destination. And your mind can play a lot of tricks on you, and a lot of it isn't even their fault. As we talked last week on the show about habits and how we've been programmed at an early age, certain habits because of the surroundings of the people that we've been with. But going back to what today's show is, and the theme is that it's about expanding your mind. When you, just like a farmer plants a seed, you water it and then you're able to harvest it. Well, when you start expanding your mind and you open yourself up to the wonders of the universe, your creative juices start coming into play. Things start opening up, your mind starts expanding, and you're subconsciously starting to take in that data. There was a school, actually University of Harvard, did a study, and they said that the 5 people you hang out with the most, you become the average of. And so like those chess moves, you're making decisions, and those a lot of times those decisions are influenced by those you're surrounded by. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes you'll fight a barrier because you may want to go to that next level, but those people don't. And you just gotta keep continuously and being persistent and stretching their mind, because opportunities will come to you when you are planting those seeds. Sow those seeds, right, and harvest later. And that's what we're trying to do with this show. And so part of today's show is that we're going to discover exciting thoughts and ideas and processes that you've never basically thought or existed, but keeps your mind active, helps you keep young. You want to try some of these methods to expand your mind and enjoy the whole new world of possibilities. And some of this stuff may seem like, kind of out of the norm for you, but that's the whole point, is that you want to expand your mind. You want to explore new opportunities. Who knows? There's been gifts that have been given to people because they didn't realize their talents or something that they tried, and wow, what an experience that they received from it. Not only that, but the people that you meet. Again, going back to the law of association. And so today we're going to go through some, what I'd call the 25 ways to expand your mind and really start opening up. And, one of the things that goes with the book too, Nicholas, is that, not only am I telling you to an affirmation to start programming the direction and help reinforce the positive thoughts in your mind and with the reflections, but also living the day of a quote. And I'm going to read this quote that goes with this affirmation, and I want you to think about it throughout the day and as you go throughout your life, and that is, I'm creating the life of my dreams. What are your dreams? What is it that you want to inspire for, or whatever? And maybe you've always wanted to do, but you've never done it, right? And here's the thing for something like that. People a lot of times are afraid to go live their dream. They're afraid to do that. And you just understand that it's okay that if you don't know what to do, as you start applying yourself towards that dream, things will start falling in place to help you accomplish that. I have found that in my life, every time I've set a goal or a direction or something, that I may come across obstacles, but as I keep pursuing, things fall in place to help me overcome those obstacles. And like a jet, when a jet takes off, they're always on course correction, always. They're always, trying to get on track to where their destination is. But here's the thing, they cannot course correct if they never leave the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And
so true.
And so as you move forward in your life, you've just got to step forward and make moves to live in that dream. Maybe there's something you like I said, you wanted to do, you've thought about it. Just start taking baby steps. How do you, as the saying goes, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So that's all you need to do, is just that one bite at a time.
And you talk about the expansion of the mind. A lot of people know Albert Einstein as being one of the greats, one of the most brilliant people in the world. He was a little quirky, you know. He had kind of a disheveled look. His hair was a mess, and one of the things a lot of people really probably don't know about him is he never wore socks. Kind of a random guy. But he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And he did a study that showed that we only use about 5% of our mind. And if you really truly focus and focus in on mental control and utilizing the power of your mind, you can really push the expansion of your mind. Your mind's just like a muscle. So as going to the gym, when you go to work out and you're trying to build your biceps or build up your muscles, same thing for your mind. You want to continue to daily work on actions to work on expanding your mental capacity and the ability for you to take in information.
Yeah, absolutely. And so let's go through some of today's principles and talk about the ways to expand your mind. One of the very first ways that I think is that listening to classical music. Right? Nothing opens your mind up into new possibilities like listening to classical music. Experts are saying that it will even reduce stress. To think intelligent thoughts, try the tunes by Debussy and other classical composers. These type of composers, it puts you in a relaxed state. Or sometimes even listening to like the ocean waves and things of that nature. There's a lot of music out there that dance music. You can go to dance club, and I love to dance, but I know that some of that music's probably not the proper thing for me to be listening to if I'm trying to expand my mind. I want to be able to listen to things that just kind of relaxes and allows you to open up and start thinking about possibilities. Maybe you're having a difficult time in your life, maybe stress. This is a way for you to just get into a relaxed state of mind and then just kind of figure out the obstacles to that. So that's one way. The other way is maybe turn on the public radio. Listen to some news, form compelling news or to inspirational stories. Look for inspirational stories, and I tell you what, I know a great station that has a great